Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to the FBC Centre, Finchamsptead in Wokingham for this British Wheelchair Basketball National League Division 3 South game between the Thames Valley Kings, third team, and Folkestone Arrows. This game's got about 9 minutes or so before we get started. Just gonna take you through a few things before we do get started. First of all, we're gonna introduce the team here. My name is Peter Scoynes. I am the commentator for this game. And apparently, I'm not going to show you guys any stupid badges. We've also got our chief camera operator this week. Apparently, last week we got offended by being called a cameraman, so we're going to call him the chief camera operator. He's got a promotion. He wanted a fancy title, and we got him a cup of coffee. So everything is good. In fact, we've all got coffees this morning. Hurrah! Hurrah indeed. So Thames Valley Kings' third team is, of course, coached by Jacqueline Scoynes-Cass, and team manager today is Liam Barker. And before we get started, we're just going to take you through a few things. Now, I know I'm displaying the Premier League table right in front of you there, but that's because Thames Valley Kings' first team are not in action this weekend. But I thought I'd give you a quick little rundown of the Premier League table before we got started. Mohawks jumped ours this week with the win against Thames Valley Kings last week. Kings still in 6th position at 10 points. 8 games played, 2 games won, 6 games lost. And if you're interested in some British Wheelchair Basketball National League Premier Division action, there are 3 games scheduled for this weekend. They are the Owls versus Titans today at 1:30. Tomorrow it's Otters versus Mohawks at 12. And the CWBA versus Steelers at 4 p.m. Thames Valley Kings would have been playing the Glasgow Rolling Rocks this weekend, but that game has been rescheduled to Easter weekend. And if you're interested for the Thames Valley Kings, next fixtures, March 6th, CWBA versus the Kings. And that is in Coventry. Now, if you're watching this game, this is the Division 3 game. So let's have a rundown of how the Division 3 table looks right now. It's going to be first against third today. Folkestone Arrows top with 7 games played, 5 wins, 2 defeats, 12 points. Point ahead of the Kings, who are currently in third. 5 wins, 1 defeat, and 11 points. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a 4-horse race. Doesn't look like it so far because Bricks and Ballers are currently 5th, but they have a couple of games in hand. On 9, 4 wins, 1 defeat. Windsor Monarchs had a big win last weekend against the Aces second team. They've jumped frog over the Ballers so far, but games in hand and all that. How I see it right now, it's going to be a 4-horse race for this Division 3 South title. Folkestone Arrows, Hampshire Harriers, Thames Valley Kings third, and Bricks and Ballers. It's going to be interesting as the games continue. This weekend's fixtures to talk about today. You're watching it right now, the stream for it anyway. It's going to be Kings 3 versus Arrows, first against third, and Aces second versus Harriers. That's today at 3 p.m. And ignore this, the next game's coming up. Oh no, I've got the wrong image up. I've done a foobar. We've only just started and I've already done a foobar. Okay, so next fixtures for this Division 3 team. It's going to be Sussex Bears, 2 away next Saturday. Alongside in a doubleheader with the Sussex Bears versus the Kings second team. And as we've already discussed, CWBA will play the Kings a little later on the Sunday next weekend. Quick little shout out to our sponsors here. We've got Radio, the Wokingham's paper and the weekly news to thank. And we've also would very much like to thank. If I can get them up on the screen. This is going tickety-boo today. The joys. We've also got Gaz promotional wear. All the Thames Valley Kings shooting shirts, hoodies come from Gaz promotional wear, as well as the Berkshire Community Foundation, Doves Farm, and the Co-op Local Community Fund. We've got a few minutes remaining before the start of this game. I make it around about 4 minutes. So just to let you know what the referees today, it's a single man crew. It's going to be Grace Jacker. And of course, the table officials. Today on the table, we've got Vicky Thomas and Nicola Greeny. Geary, sorry. We're about 4 minutes away from the start of this one. This is, of course, the British Wheelchair Basketball National League Division 3 South. Kings 3 versus Arrows here at the FBC Centre in Finchamsptead, Wokingham. We thank everybody for joining us here on the live stream, wherever you may be throughout the world. We will be starting this game in about 3 minutes. The referees are just coming onto the court now. Whistle has blown for the 3 minutes. I'm just going to clear out the buffer here. For the replays, we will be having replays at the half and at full time. Selected highlights will be available via the stream. Gone back to the bench. Kings are finalising their last bit of warm-up before the start of this one. We're excited to bring you this Division 3 South game between Kings 3 and 8. And Kings are now coming back to their bench. So, Rand, how's your week been?
It's been quite exciting. I'm now unemployed, so here is one of the great unwashed. Doing my bit for the community. Community service, you might call it.
Yeah. Did you have your cider for breakfast this morning?
I didn't. I'm going to save that for tomorrow. Go with my packet of what's it and a couple of cans of cider.
Sounds like a dream. Okay, starting line-up for the Arrows. We have number 10, Wood. S. Broom, number 20. M. Broom, number 30. Whale, number 25. And Woodham's, 89. Starting line-up for the Thames Valley Kings. We have got Joe Humphreys, number 6. Peter Rapley, number 13. Denise Dramus, number 24. Chris Nash, number 55, and Wayne Barton, however you pronounce his name, number 96. This game's going to start off in about 1 minute's time. And we look forward to bringing you this Division 3 South game between the Thames Valley Kings and Arrows. We're also streaming this live out into the cafe at the FBC Centre, so if you are in there having a coffee, thank you very much for watching. Friendly reminder of the Division 3 coaches. It's Jacqueline's going to cast. Coach, team manager is Liam Barker. And we're going to be starting in maybe a couple of minutes here. Not quite sure what the delay is. I think the table officials are just getting set up here. Teams are now just coming out to the court. If you're watching in black and white, arrows are in black, kings are in white.
If
you're watching in colour, it's probably going to be the same again as well. I'm just trying to fill up airtime now. Okay, customary fist bumps from the teams. And it's going to be number 30 Broom and Peter Rapley, number 13, to tip the ball here today. That's Peter Rapley winning the tip. Denise Dramus picks the ball up, passes it across to Joe Humphreys. Chris Hush with the ball now. Kick strike early. And it will be Wood bringing the ball up for Arrows here. Cross to Broom. Pass goes across. Ball goes up, hits the rim, comes down. Is collected by Peter Rapley. 13, and he is in spirits. It's a bit of a two-man hustle going on here. Rapley brings it over the halfway line. He's going to be looking for some options. He might even have a crack at himself. Hits the backboard, comes down, collected by number 19. Number 89, sorry, that's Woodhams. Cross to Wood. Some options here. Brooke is looking for the pass. It's a stop ball. And the foul is on Chris Nash. With 55, it's going to be an end-line play. Broom looking for the shot, hits the rim, comes down, is collected by Denise Dramus, number 24 for the Thames Valley Kings. Across to Peter Rapley. Some option, we've got two people out here. We've got Denise Dramus and Nash out. They're coming up the court. Peter Rapley is thinking about balls. He's going to be watching that 24 as he gets the pass off to Dramus. Hits the rim, comes down to number 89. That is Woodhams. Cross to Wood. She's bringing the ball up now for Folkestone Arrows. Ball goes in. Looks like it's going to go off court. It will be a King's ball. And it's Joe Humphreys bringing the ball down. It's a bit of a one-man hustle. Wayne Barton doing the pick there off camera. See Humphreys with the ball now. Cross to Dramus. Dramus turns, she shoots, ball goes up. Kings taking a 4-point lead here. And we've got about 7 minutes, 45 seconds left in this first quarter. Wood now with the ball, goes across. The whistle is blown. It's a foul called to Humphreys. It's going to be an end line ball. The referee, situation. Hit on the elbow. Ball is loose. It's a good ball because the ball is loose. And it's Broom bringing up 4 arrows. Ball goes into Wood. Ball goes out of play. 7:21 left in the first quarter of this Division 3 South game between Thames Kings' third team and Arrows. Wayne Burnham brings the ball in to Joe Humphreys. Bit of a two-man hustle going on between Arrows here and the defensive work. Both teams putting a lot of effort in here. Humphreys brings the ball out the far side. He'll go around the back and he'll have a crack. Hits the rim, comes down. The ball is loose but picked up by Woods. It'll be brought up by Embroom. And Wood at the top of the key here. Back to Broom. Ball goes up, ball goes in. And that is Arrows on the score sheet. Bring the ball up for the Thames Valley Kings. Ball goes over to Peter Rapley. Ball goes in. Ball goes up and down. It's going to be a drop ball. And it's going to be a Kings ball. So. Ball goes over to Humphreys. We know he loves that elbow play. And the foul being called there. That's a foul on number 30 for the Arrows. That is Embroom. His first personal foul of the day. Ball goes straight through. Rapley can't finish it. Ball goes out of play. It's going to be a Kings ball. Six minutes, 5 left on the clock. Ball is with Joe Humphreys. Goes over the hoop. And it's picked up by Denise Dramus. She gets it back into play. It goes back to Joe Humphreys. It's getting picked out here. He's going to have to do something with the ball. Ball goes to Dramus. 20, there's 4 seconds left. Shot goes up, hits the rim, comes down. Ball goes over to Woodhams. 25 to Whale. Very impressed with Wales' beard here. Ball goes along. I believe it's S. Broom with a shot there. Could be wrong. No, that's Embroom. And the ball goes to Joe Humphreys. The ball is pushed out of play. Will be a Kings ball. It's over the halfway line, which is the important bit. 5 minutes, 10 left in this first quarter of this Division 3 South game between Kings third and Arrows. If you're watching this, thank you very much for joining us here. As Wayne Burnham passes the ball off to Joe Humphreys, he's unable to do anything with it. It will be an Arrows ball. The ball is with Wood. Across to Embroom. Long two, hits the ring, comes down, is collected by Chris Nash. And the ball is loose, but it's picked up by Embroom again. And Alex will have another chance. Another offensive. Opportunity here, Words, straight up top of the key, hits the backboard, comes down to Peter Rapley. And it's Rapley now with the ball. Get over the halfway line, it does, goes to Joe Humphreys. Joe Humphreys is looking for the opportunity to pass the ball. Goes to Peter Rapley, cross to Drummers, Drummers with the shot. Drops it. You can hear Reece Barker, the second division coach, having a nice little shout out saying more of that. And it will be Wood bringing the ball up. Arrows, 6-2 score, 3:47 left on the clock. What can Arrows do here? Goes to Broom. Picks up the two. And it's Joe Humphreys with the ball now. Bringing it in. And the ball is loose. Punched out by an Arrow player. It will be a King's ball though. We have the first sub of the game. It's going to be young JJ in for Denise. So Humphreys, he likes those elbow shots. Hits the rim, comes down. Still a 2-point game here. It's 6-4. A little over 3 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Wood brings the ball up for the options, goes over the Broom. We've had him a couple of times. He strikes again. A nice little swish there. We've got a tie game here. It's 6-all. 2 minutes 40 remaining of this first quarter. Joe Humphreys brings the ball up. Over to Wayne Barton. Ball goes back to Peter Rapley. Oh, what a lovely ball that was. Oh, tell you what, let's put it on the right side. The joys of live streaming, boys and girls. As Wood brings the ball up. Shot goes up, hits the backboard, comes down. It's going to be a bit of a feisty fight over here. It's Joe Humphreys who picks the ball up. Ball goes up and over. Goes to young JJ. JJ's looking for an outlet. Goes over to Peter Rapley. Picks the ball up. He's got Wayne on his tail. He's looking for the ball. JJ does the pick. Comes out to Peter Rapley now. These Kings do. It's a 2-point lead. 1:41 left in this first quarter. Wayne Burton with the ball. Gets dropped down to Joe Humphreys. Bats the ball out of the way. It's a ball pass. Little bit of communication remaining. It's a timeout called. And that is a timeout for the Thames Valley Kings. Although I can't find the little timeout button. And during this timeout for the Kings, it's been a cracking first quarter so far. 8-6 is the score. Just a quick little time to thank the following people. Gaz Kaz, Promotional Wear. All those Thames Valley Kings, hoodies, shooting shirts, bags, you name it. All comes from Gaz Kaz Promotional Wear, based out of Newbury. Thank you very much to those guys. Berkshire Community Foundation. Dove's Farm, who are providing us a fantastic donation for a new laptop to enable us to do stats for our Premier League games for the Kings first team. And Co-op, local community fund. They allowed us to be part of that fund, and we got over £4,000 from those guys. Thank you very much to the Co-op. Bringing it back here now. Coming to the end of the first time out here. Called by Thames Valley Kings. The ball will come back out. The score is 8-6. Nothing to be concerned about with fouls. It's 2 to the Kings, 1 to the Arrows. 1:34 left in this first quarter. And wherever you are, we hope you're enjoying it as much as we are bringing it to you. And it would be Wood bringing the ball up for Arrows, sorry. Across to Broom. Cross to Broom again. Kings, unfortunately, haven't been able to stop that guy so far. Peter Rapley picks up the pick to release Broom. And it's Humphreys with the ball. Cross to Chris Nash. What can he do? Hits the rim, comes down, goes to Peter Rapley. And again goes to Peter Rapley for the 2. And it's 47 seconds left in this quarter. The ball on, it's a long pass, but it's not good. We're down to the last 39 seconds of the quarter, and it will be Chris Nash bringing the ball in for Peter Rapley. And Peter Rapley goes up to centre here. What can he do? And Peter Rapley across to JJ, up to Wayne Burton. Hits the rim, comes down. It's fumbled by number 30, Broom of the Arrows. It's going to be a Kings ball. 16.9 seconds on the clock. And we're up to a fresh 24, so it will be down to the game clock. Here, ball goes over to Peter Rapley. Shot goes up, hits the rim, comes down, it's loose. 12 seconds remaining. And it will be Wood bringing the ball out. Ball goes loose. No, it doesn't. It goes to Broom, hits the sideboard, comes down, and the buzzer goes for the end of the first quarter. A cracking first quarter there. .47 seconds left in the third quarter. It's George Gray with the ball. Across to Liam Barker.
Otherwise, it was like a prop top.
Unfortunately, I've got the wrong highlight selected. I will sort that out. Thames Kings. Some selected highlights from the end. Ball goes over to Peter Rapley. Ball goes in. Ball goes up and down. Ball goes straight through. Rapley can't finish it. Ball goes out of play. It's going to be a Kings ball. Here. He's going to have to do something with the ball. Ball goes to Drummers. 20. There's 4 seconds left. Shot goes up, hits the rim, comes down. As Wayne Burden passes the ball off to Joe Humphreys, he's unable to do anything with it. It will be an Arrows ball. Goes to Peter Rapley, cross to Drummers. Drummers with the shot. Drops it. What can Arrows do here? Goes to Broom. Picks up the 2. For the options, goes over the Broom. We've had him a couple of times. If he strikes again, a nice little swish there. Burton. Ball goes back to Peter Rapley. Oh, what a lovely ball that was. Hits the rim, comes down, goes to Peter Rapley. And again goes to Peter Rapley for the 2. Okay, we're ready for the second quarter here now. I hope you enjoyed those highlights from the first quarter. It's going to be an Arrows ball, bringing it in. It's a wide angle shot. It's a cracking elbow shot there. You can't deny that. Spot boom, number 20 for Arrows. It goes in. It's to Dramus. That's the way button. Have a foul. And I think that was a backcourt call though. Referee's nodding her head, so I assume it is. Arrows have the opportunity to take the lead here for the first time in the game. Ball goes loose, comes up to Peter Rapley. He'll want to get the ball over the halfway line. He's got an 8-second call against him. What can he do here? Ball is loose and is picked up by Broom. Broom picking the ball up here. Over to the other Broom. Arrows take the lead for the first time in this game in the second quarter. 8:50 to go. And it's Joe Humphreys bringing the ball up. Field intensity has picked up a little bit in this second quarter. Maybe both teams were feeling each other in that first. Peter Rapley. Ball goes up, ball goes in. Field intensity of the game has picked up ever so slightly here in the second quarter. It's Wood with the ball now. Shot hits the rim, comes down. It's picked up by Peter Rapley. Bit of a rebound king this morning so far. And it's the press being played here from Arrows. Peter Rapley manages to manoeuvre his way around. He gets another chance at the ball. Ball hits the rim, comes down, goes to number 10, Wood for Arrows. It's Wood bring the ball up for Arrows. Here she gets the pass off to Broom. And ball's off on the elbow. Shot goes up, but doesn't. Nothing comes of it. Denise isn't looking. And the ball pass it to the back of the chairs. Never plays off well. Kings want to learn from that mistake pretty quick. Scott Broom. Over to M. Broom. Ball goes in. And it's Peter Rapley with the ball. Over to Joe Humphreys, gets it past the halfway line. An organised press here as the ball goes to Wayne Burton. Looking for an option. He might take it himself, but it's taken away. The ball rolls out of play. It will be a King's ball. And we have substitution here. It's going to be Wayne Burton in out for Henry Davis, number 94. Stuart Humphreys here. Goes in, hits the frame, comes down. And we have two shots. There's a foul called. And the foul is called on S. Broom for Arrows. So we'll be Peter Rapley going up for two. 6:37 left in the second period. Arrows up by 2. It's fast. It's a rim, comes down, ball goes out of play. Will be an Arrows ball. We're good. And it's Williams over to Wood. Over the Broom, ball goes up, is picked up by Chris Nash. We've got a bit of a fast break here for Peter Rapley. Being chased down here for Broom. This is the layup though. How costly will that be at the end of this game? And Broom again. It's Broom this time. For an outlet to Woodwards. And from the elbow it's Woodham. It hits the rim, comes down, and it looks like the ball's going to go out of play, and does. Joe Humphreys bring the ball in. We've got a bit of a press going on here. It's the press. The only one on the ball holder. It goes over to Mr. Henry. Henry Davis with a shot attempt there, but he was under the basket. There's Wood. Ball goes over the halfway line. Wood brings it up. Goes over to Broom. Broom with a shot. Hits the rim. Comes down. Picked up by Peter Rapley. Press continues here from Arrows. Ball is also on play. And the ball goes over. That's one way of getting over the 8 seconds. Goes to Chris Nash. Chris Nash with the shot. Ball goes down. The lead goes back to Kings. And it's Wood with the ball down. Bringing it up for Arrows. She'll have a crack herself. Ball goes in. We knew it was going to be a close one. When these guys met in Folkestone, it was a 5-point ball game in the end. Henry Davis is going to look for an outlet and does find it with Joe Humphreys. And looking to get it over the line and does. And it's Humphreys across to Rapley. Rapley, as the ball is loose. It's picked up back by Arrows. We bring the ball back. Great pick there for Arrows. Ball goes across. Bloomfields. And ball goes down. Shut up! So Humphreys brings it over for Kings. 3-point game here. Ball goes over to Peter Rapley. Ball goes loose. And Peter Rapley goes down. The basket will not count. It's going to be an end-line play. No stoppage in play will be a Kings inline ball. 3:28 left in the second quarter. And a timeout called by Thames Valley Kings here. And whilst we're enjoying that timeout, we're just going to have some thank yous for the continuing support of Kenny Radio 106.7 in Newbury, Thatcham, and now Hungerford. The Wokingham paper. Thank you for putting us into the sports section, guys. Really appreciate it. And the Newbury Weekly News. And we also want to thank Yazcast Promotional Wear, Berkshire Community Foundation, Dove's Farm, and our local community fund. As we go back into this Kings timeout. 3 points the difference between these teams. Before we roll into half time. We thank you wherever you are for tuning in to this game. And timeout ends here. 3:28 left on the clock in the second period. 15-18 the score. It's going to be an end line play for Thames Valley Kings. As he plays with the timer. It's one of those, he wishes he left it alone. It's probably even worse. And it's Joe Humphreys with the elbow shot. Ball bounces down. It's a fast break. As Whale comes down, ball is kicked off by Peter Rapley. We'll get the time back in a few seconds. We'll just wait for this end line, for the next whistle to go. It's Henry Davis with the shot. Ball goes up, and it will be an Arrows ball. The ball is already in. Woods bring the ball in. 2:54 left on the clock. And it's a shot off number 30, which is Broom. Arrows extend their lead down to 5. And the ball is loose. Ball goes to Kings on the jump ball. 2 minutes 32 left in this half. There's Dramas with the ball. 4 Kings, 5 points. This game. She's looking for an outlet, and the one isn't coming so far. Unfortunately, the ball is too high for Joe Humphreys. You feel the momentum shifting here. Whale again. Ball goes up, hits the rim, comes down, goes to Nash, to Humphreys. The ball goes over to Dramas. There's a big press going on here from Arrows. Ball goes into a face. Nash over to Rapley. Rapley looking for an outlet, finds Davis. Davis with a shot, doesn't quite get the height. All about Arrows ball again. 5-point game here as Wood brings the ball out. This rim comes down, goes to Peter Rapley. It's Broom with the shot. The ball goes to Davis. And he's handed down. Davis is protesting the ball there. We've got a minute left here, 58 seconds in fact. Wood with the ball, look at the Broom, hits the Broom, comes down, puts it in, the lead is now 7. 37 seconds left. Davis with the ball. They're going to want to get it over the halfway line. It goes to Denise Travis. Huge press going on here. Peter Rapley with the ball. Looking for an outlet. Cannot find one. He's going around the back. Still looking for an outlet. He's going to have to take the shot himself. Hits the backboard. Comes down the Broom. 14 seconds left. It's going to be a bit of a fast break here. He will be chased down by Travis. He has Wood or Hams next to him. He gets it. The lead is now 9. And goes. 3 seconds remaining. Ball goes over the rammer. Rapidly. He'll hold it until half time. There goes the half time whistle. And that takes us to half-time. We'll get some butters going. And we'll see you after the break. Hits the rim, comes down, goes to Peter Rapley. And again goes to Peter Rapley for the 2. It's a wide angle shot. It's a cracking elbow in that first. Peter Rapley. Ball goes up, ball goes in. It's fast. Being chased down here for Brew. Misses the layup though. How costly will that be at the end? Chris Nash with the shot. Ball goes down. The lead goes back to Kings. Great pick there. Ball goes across. Bluefields. And ball goes down. Hits the rim, comes down, goes to Peter Rapley. And again goes to Peter Rapley for the 2. It's a wide angle shot. It's a cracking elbow in that first. Peter Rapley. Ball goes up, ball goes in. It's fast. Being chased down here for Brew. Misses the layup though. How costly will that be at the end? Chris Nash with the shot. Ball goes down. Lead goes back to Kings. Great pick there. Ball goes across. Bluefields. And ball goes down. Okay, teams are now back at the bench. We're going to start the third quarter in just about a minute or so. Kings have a bit of a fight back on their hands. It's a 9-point game. Kings 15, Folkestone Arrows 24. I promise I won't play with the clock camera next time. Did lose it for the last 2 minutes of that quarter, and I do apologise. This is what happens when you get a bunch of amateurs to try and be professionals.
You pay peanuts, Petey, what do you get?
Peanuts. Okay, we're looking for a clock operator before we can get started in this third quarter. And whilst we're waiting, we're just going to do a quick thank you message to Gaz Cats Promotional Wear, Berkshire Community Foundations, Tough Farm, Co-op, Global Community Fund.
Yeah, exactly.
And it looks like Arrows will be starting with the ball in this quarter. Kings shooting in the right-hand basket, Arrows in the left. Still to come, we've got Kings 2 versus Plymouth Fusion 2.
Give her away.
Go on, turn around, face the camera. Give her a wave. Expensive camera. What do you think we're working with? It's a $10 camera.
Project managers like the build. Well, I don't know that. Exploring, we've got 10 years.
The ref is checking the points. Everything's good.
And it should make money.
Be well, bring the ball in to Wood in the second half. Left wide open there. Hits the rim, comes down, picked up by Dramus. Ball down, it's JJ for Kings, number 5, over to Peter Rapley. Peter Rapley with the opportunity here, passes off to Wayne Button, hits the rim, comes down. Wayne is on the board. So the first half was good, the second half is going to be a cracking one. Both these teams want to win. It's first versus third in this division. Wood with the shots, hits the rim, comes down, collected by Joe Humphreys. And the press still being applied here by. And the ball picked up by JJ. Kings trying to break that press. Do this time. Going in with a shot. Oh, ball goes in. And the ref has put 2 fingers in the air. He's not swearing, he's indicating 2 shots. Foul is on number 30, M. Broom. It's going to be 2 shots to JJ. He's been picked up, he's looking all right. He'll go to the line for 2. There's 8:55 left in this third quarter.
Yeah, and it serves its need. The centre state has become to kind of self-actualized. And then if you get
And that's much better. Swish. It'd be well. Worth bring the ball up for Arrows. Goes out. It's going to be Broom on the corner. He'll take a cracking shot. Hits the backboard. Ball goes flying over. It will be a Arrows ball. We hope you're watching, Wales Mum. There we go. It's Wood on the elbow. She'll have a crack. Hits the rim, comes down, goes to Joe Humphries. There's a problem with a wheelchair wheel here. And the coach runs on with a fresh number 27 wheel. Spare wheel on. Joys of wheelchair basketball, especially when your equipment decides to fail on you. So it will be a King's ball. Joe Humphries just off camera is laying it in. Humphries over the Barton, over to Peter Rapley. Peter Rapley with the shot. Ball drops. 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Wood's bringing the ball up for Arrows here. Arrows across the stop room. What can he do from there? Hits the rim, comes down, collected by Peter Rapley. Looking for an outlet. Can he find one? He does. Joe Humphries. He's looking for an outlet too. Goes to Denise Travis. Oh, ball is intercepted by Bloomfield number 90. The ball is loose, picked up by JJ. Over to Joe Humphries. I think he knew he was in the back court. That's why he didn't catch the ball. The ball goes over to Peter Rapley from Joe Humphries. Now, Humphries with the ball. You can hear the Kings fans cheering. It's Tramus. She gets the two, hits the rim, comes down, collected by Boone. The ball gets punched back to Broome to Wood. The ball goes back. It's intercepted by Tramus. The foul is called. And the foul is on Wood there. We have a timeout for Arrows this time. I think that's the first of their for their game. 6 minutes 59 left on the clock. I've got to stop playing with that camera. Hits the rim, comes down, goes to Peter Rapley, and again goes to Peter Rapley for the two. And a quick time here to thank Gazcash Promotional Wear, Berkshire Community Foundation, Duff's Farm, and the local community fund from the co-op. So 6:59 left in the third quarter. Four-point game now. 20-24. Kings third against the Arrows. Here. So, well, let's take the timeout off. As Mr. Humphries brings the ball into Wayne Burton. Ball goes over to Peter Rapley. Peter Rapley with a shot, hits the rim, comes down. The ball is loose. Picked up by JJ. Cross back to Peter Rapley, back to Tramus. Ball goes up, hits the rim, comes down, is collected. Oh, it's stolen. Peter Rapley with the two. We'll make sure we get that one in the replay for you guys later so you can see that one. Whistle is blown. Friendly little shake of hands there. No harm done. 2-point game now. Kings have wiped down that lead. Can they have the rest of the momentum here? If you're interested in fouls, it's 2 to the Arrows, none to Kings. Where with the ball? It's the grip, comes down, goes to Rapley. Get a bit of a press here, and the ball goes to Travis. Travis is looking for her options. Finds JJ in the middle of the court. He's rolling up. He takes the shot, he grabs it. And we're even here now. We are even. Even Stevens. We love it when a game gets this close. Especially I do. You get to call some cracking games of wheelchair basketball when that is close. And it's well to Wood. Across to Broom. He loves those shots, and he knows he loves those shots. And the Arrows take the lead now again. And they're trying to pry the break. It's an offensive foul called. That'd be well inbounding it. 4 hours. We're now down to 2-point game. 5:18 on the clock in the third quarter. Broom across to Wood. Back to the other Broom. Long back to Broom. Broom. And the ball hits the rim, comes down to this Travis. And it's a well played, it's a great press break there for Thames Valley Kings. 13. It goes on to Peter Rapley. It's a foul. And that is good, putting their hands on Peter Rapley with a 2. And that is her second personal. Oh, it's the rim and comes down on the first. Goes down. Peter Rapley picks up a down rebound there from the free throw. What can he do with it? He's got Broom on his tail. You could say he's got Basil Brush on his tail. Boom, boom. And foul being called there. It's an end-line play. And the foul is on number 30, Broom. Mind on the team fouls here. Ramos with the shot, hits the rim, comes down, goes to Barton. He practically does the same with his shot. Still a 2-point game here, 4:28 left on the clock in this third period. And ball is with Bloomfield. Cross back to Wood. Wood to Broom. He gets the shot off. 4-point game. And we have press made here. Travis gets the ball and everybody is going back now after breaking that press. Very organised in the offense. Humphries is looking for an outlet. Finds it with JJ. JJ is around the back. Foul goes. And it's 2 again for JJ.
Oh, you know this one's ringing me.
And it's Bit of discussion going on here. But just to let you know, that is the 5th foul. 4 arrows. We're on team fouls for arrows. First one goes up, hits the rim, comes down. Rebound is picked up by number 90. Across the broom, Wood. King's trying to hand the defense off. Ball goes in to Bloomfield. He gets the shot up. The shot goes in. Bit of a press break here. Peter Rapley gets it over the halfway line. Brings the ball up. He'll take a shot. Hits the rim, comes down. Bit of a chase down with the ball here, but it's controlled by Wales. Looking for options. Well, over to Broom. Broom with the ball. Ball goes up, goes in. Faster moving game, this one. Humphreys across to JJ. Across to Rapley. They've got it over the halfway line. That's the hard part. They have broken the press. Ball goes over to JJ. Ball is loose. It's picked up by Broom. Looking for an outlet. Bit of confusion there. Ball is there. Broom again. That's the word. 6-point game. Tries to make it 8. Hits the rim. Comes down. Goes to Peter Rapley. Parents need to be careful here. They are on team fouls. Rapley with the ball now. Moving the shot, hits the rim, comes down. Well, I thought Bloomfield actually went off court then. Ball goes it, hits the rim. We've got 52 seconds left in this quarter. The press. Kings are going to have to work for this ball in the offense. Gets taken over by Burton. Ball goes up. It gets picked up by Humphreys. Rapidly now. Hits the rim, comes down. We're into 16 seconds. It's Wood. Bring the ball up. 4 arrows. Right on the edge. Gets it. And all that hard work Kings put in that first quarter, it's just been wiped away. Okay, we'll be back with the fourth quarter in just a few moments. Hits the rim, comes down, goes to Peter Rapley, and again goes to Peter Rapley for the 2. It's a wide angle shot. It's a cracking elbow in that first. Peter Rapley. Ball goes up, ball goes in. It's fast. Being chased down here for Broom. This is the layup though. How costly will that be at the end? Chris Nash with the shot. Ball goes down. Well, he goes back to Kings. Great pick there. Ball goes across. Bluefields. And ball goes down. JJ for Kings, number 5. Over to Peter Rapley. Peter Rapley with the opportunity here. Passes off to Wayne Button. Hits the rim. Comes down. And that's much better. Swish. Peter Rapley with the shot. Ball drops. Back to Travis. Ball goes up. Hits the rim. Comes down. Is collected. Oh, it's stolen. Peter Rapley with the 2. The court. He's rolling up. He takes the shot. He grabs it. And we're even here now. Across to Broom. He loves those shots, and he knows he loves those shots. He gets it over the halfway line. Brings the ball up. He'll take a shot. Hits the rim. Comes down. Well, over to Broom. Broom with the ball. Ball goes up. Goes in. We'll bring you back now live to the 4th quarter here in this game. Ball is loose. Here's picked back up. Release Travis across to JJ. Been a bit crappy 4th quarter this. Still anybody's ball game. Chris with the long shot. Picked up. Yeah, by Martin. Across to JJ. JJ with a shot off. Gets the rim, comes down, goes out of play. 18 left. And it's going to be a fast piece of action here as Woods brings the ball up. Calls for it, picks it up. Gets the shot off, hits the rim. Comes down. It's a close one now. We've got waving incredible arm man there over Travis who gets the pass off to JJ. Travis crosses Barton, but the pass is too low, but it's picked back up by JJ. Ball goes across. It's picked up by number 16, Kipling. We haven't seen a much of this game. Kipling with the ball now. Kipling misses, but gets his own rebound. Hits the rim, comes down. Chris Nash can't do anything with it. It's going to be a Folkestone Arrows ball. We got a sub called here. Denise Dramas off for Peter Rapley. Shot goes up, hits Graham, comes down, goes to Peter Rapley. Peter Rapley across to JJ. He gets it over the halfway line. Back on the court. Woodham's down. It's Wood with the ball. Ball goes across with Vaughan, I believe. Ball hits the rim, comes down. I couldn't see it. The referee was in front of me, blocking my view, so I thought it was but Humphreys on the fast break. Humphreys with the ball up and in. Kings. Ball out of court. Ball there. Miscommunication from the Arrows. Humphreys with the ball, looking for an outlet. Finds it with Peter Rapley. Rapley spins, but goes down to JJ. JJ hits the underside of the basket. And a bit of a hustle going on here. Both teams playing that press break. Wood over the Whale. Whale, ball goes up, hits the rim, comes down to JJ. And he needs an outlet. He finds one with Peter Rapley. Rapley's got space. He's got Kipling. There's a ball next to him, sorry. Over to JJ. Wide open. Should get that too. And he does. 4-point game now. This one's getting excited. Hold on to your hat. This one's going to be a cracker. 6:30 left in the game. And it's Wood bringing it up for Arrows. Across to Vaughan, number 37. The ball goes loose. And it will be an Arrows ball. And we have a substitution here. It's going to be Wayne Burton off for this young man, Henry Davis. 6:17, sorry, left on the clock. Wales got the ball, hits the rim, comes down, goes down to Joe Humphreys. Those missed opportunities. It's a long throw, it's intercepted by Whale, but he can't hold on to it. It's Rapley, goes over to JJ with the back pass. He's got all the time in the world. He gets it. 2-point game. Boom shakalaka. I thought I was watching wheelchair basketball here, but this is like an NBA Jam game. As Wood brings the ball game. Wood on the edge, hits the rim, comes down. Are these shots going to be critical at the end of the day? Arrows, plenty of shots, nothing dropping. And Humphreys gets over the halfway line. He's decided to go forward a bit. He's not got any. He's only got JJ there. Gets it across to JJ, but it's picked off by Arrows, and that's Whale with the ball. Tries the back pass hands and gets it across to number 89, Woodens. And it's picked back up by Humphrey Davis, who gets the shot right into the back of Peter Rapley. Then back to 37, which is Vaughan for Arrows. Long ball goes across, it's picked up. Ball goes across, but it's intercepted by JJ and the Kings. Ball goes up. Both teams are looking for their offensive action here. And we've got a foul here. And Kipling is trying to get his hand into the cookie jar. Or should I say the cake tin? 2-point game, 4:45 remaining. Kipling is off, being replaced by, I believe, he's been replaced by Broom. If you're joining us here, it's a 2-point game. It's 4:45 left on the clock. Kings on the offense. If you're interested in fouls, it's just the one so far. And that's for Arrows. So Humphreys looking for an outlet. Ball goes across, gets onto Nash. Nash hits the rim, comes down. Ball goes to play. And the ball goes to Kings. And we have a timeout called by the Thames Valley Kings. Can't say any more excited it is. It's 32, 34. Just a quick chance to thank a few people here. Gad's Cans promotional wear. All those Kings hoodies, shooting shirts, bags, rucksacks, everything you name on it. It's got the Kings logo on it. It's been produced by Gad's Cans, minus the playing shirts. Also, the Berkshire Community Foundation, Dove's Farm, and the local co-op community fund. Thank you, everybody, for that. And also, special thanks to Canada Radio 106.7 in the Newbury, Thatcham, and Hungerford area, as well as the Wokingham paper and the Newbury Weekly News. So, if you're just joining us, where have you been? It's time out for the Kings here. There are 4 minutes, 23 seconds left in this game. It's now a 2-point game. It's kind of been tit for tat with the lead so far. We hope you're enjoying this one if you're watching this. We're going back to the action. And it's an inline ball here for the Thames Valley Kings. Clock goes in. We've got a tie game. It's a tie game here. Arrows are bringing the ball up with Wales. Their own players here, but Wales gets out to Wood. Wood with a shot, hits the brim, comes down, it goes to Peter Ratley. And it's over to JJ, ball comes off. It is a King's ball, did come off. We've got a man out here as Peter Ratley comes into the frame. Looking for an outlet here. Ball goes to an Arrows player. It's intercepted by Brew. What can they do here? Ball goes over to Vaughan, number 37 for Arrows. Back to Woods. It's an intense game this one. Wood over to Broom. Broom is looking for the shot. Go to Wood. Wood hits the rim, comes down. Goes to Humphreys, but he's unable to control it. Ball goes out. It's going to be an Arrows inbound. Ball, 3:14 left on the clock. Tied game, 44 apiece. 34 apiece even. Three minutes remaining. And Arrows take the lead for a Broom shot. Have a press break here. Looking for an outlet. Finds it with Peter Ratley, but they're going to want to get it over the halfway line. Goes over to Chris Nash. Chris Nash over to Henry Davis, who falls out of his chair. Humphreys is back in his chair. Will be an Arrows ball. Ball is inbounded to Vaughan. .242 left on the clock. What can Vaughan do here? Ball goes in. Ball going back to Wood. And there's a foul there. It's going to be an inbounds. In line. It's not shot, it's in line. 2:22, 2:29 left. Arrow's ball goes to Boom. Goes to that young man, Whale. Goes to Wood. Wood with a shot, hits the ground, goes down. Lead is now 4 points. And the ball gets inbounded to Rapley. Over to Davis. He has an outlet with JJ. Number 5 points. Joe Humphreys looking for an outlet. Who would he find? Still looking. Davies, shot goes up, hits the rope, comes down. It's collected by Peter Rapley. Looking for a pass over to Chris Nash, I think, and it's picked up. Ball goes out of play. Kings protesting the ball is theirs. It will be a King's ball by the looks of it. That's only 5 remaining. Still a 4-point game here. Ball goes in, goes to Peter Rapley. The basket is good, and he will go to the line. 1:32 remaining. That's a third personal foul. Rapidly with a chance to make it a 1-point game. Hits the rim, comes down. It's picked up by Byrne. Vaughan gets it. He's on his own, but he does have that young man, Woodhams. He's taking it out to the side. Ball goes loose, and he's picked up by Kings. You can hear the coach from the Arrows asking for the ball back. Looking for an in-out play. Goes to Joe Humphreys. Great pass there by Peter Rapley. And we're down to 1 minute now. End-to-end stuff here. Kings down by 2. 1 minute remaining. Ball goes loose. Ball goes out of play. It's an Arrows ball. 51 seconds remaining. Ball goes to Bird. Wood. A foul called there. Ball goes into Vaughan. Wood. Ball goes loose. Picked up by Peter Rapley. Long pass out. It will be a turnover. Picked up by Woodhams. To Wood. 20 seconds remaining. Ball is loose. Picked out. 17 seconds remain. 2-point game. And the whistle is gone. The foul is on Joe Humphreys. That's a foul on Peter Rapley. "11 seconds remaining. Two shots. Two shots. Yeah, two shots. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but I will say, I mean, how is that unsportsman when he's going for the ball with 11 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
I don't agree with the ending of this game. That's made it now a 3-point game. And that makes it a 4-point game. It's going to be again, we'll be providing this video to BWB. Not impressed. And it's going to go to Arrows here. Controversial ending again. I will say that though. Better reffing than last weekend, but poor reffing on that final call, I believe. But that's my personal opinion. I'm not affiliated with British Wheelchair Basketball. I am not a member. I'm not a member for certain reasons. If anybody from BWB want to contact me regarding why I'm not a member, happily call me. But I'm not impressed by that final call of 11 seconds. Referee's discretion, that's perfectly fine. It's the rim, comes down. Chris Nash can't do anything with it. It's going to be a Folkestone Arrows ball. But Humphreys on the fast break. Humphreys with the ball up and in. He goes to Bill. Clock goes in. We're going to tie again. Goes to that young man, Whale. Goes to Wood. Wood with a shot. Hits the rim. Comes down. Goes in. Goes to Karapley. The basket is good. He will go to the line.